Hey guys, so before I get into this video, I just please ask you, watch this video all the way through because this is probably the most important video that I have ever made, and this is probably one of the most important videos you are going to watch today, this week, possibly this month, maybe even this year. And I have been wanting to make this video for a while, and I've just been trying to get as much information and educate myself so I can educate you guys. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, you don't know the whole backstory, but basically 2 months ago, I was diagnosed with a very rare and deadly bone marrow failure disorder called severe aplastic anemia. And the only cure for severe aplastic anemia is a bone marrow transplant. So currently I'm in the process of looking for a donor, but in the meantime, I am undergoing immunosuppressive treatment, which will hopefully get me into remission. And if this treatment doesn't work, I will need a bone marrow transplant. But if I go into remission, then there is a 50-60% chance that the disease will not come back and I won't need a transplant. But there's also that 40 to possibly 50% chance I will eventually relapse, and at that point would need a bone marrow transplant. So this is a very serious disease, regardless of the name, aplastic anemia. This has nothing to do with anemia. Aplastic anemia, in fact, is more closely related to leukemia and pre-leukemia than it is to anemia. So a lot of people might hear the name and think that it is just something diet related or something that can be quickly resolved with like a few transfusions, but no, it is a serious life-threatening illness. To me, it is unbelievable that there are people in this country and all over the world who are dying because they are unable to find a bone marrow match. You might think that this doesn't affect you and that you can never get sick, but I think if you think hard enough, you probably know 1 or 2 people that are either related to you, who are a friend of a friend, or who you've just heard of on social media that are either suffering from lymphoma, leukemia, another form of blood cancer, or another bone marrow disease or blood disease such as sickle cell anemia. There are so many different blood disorders and immune system disorders that can be cured or treated with a bone marrow transplant. So odds are you know somebody who is suffering. Only 2% of the United States population is part of the bone marrow donor registry. Now to me, that is absolutely ridiculous, and that number needs to be higher. Now I know it's not going to be 100% because a lot of factors do weigh in whether you are eligible for being a bone marrow donor. They do prefer people who are between the ages of 18 and 40 and are in generally good health, both physically and mentally. So if you have depression or anything like that, you are not an ideal candidate. And the younger you are, the better, because higher success rates are correlated with a younger bone marrow donor. So now that we know only 2% of the population are part of the bone marrow registry, I want to make it my mission on this channel to raise that number up just a little bit. And I am not asking you guys to join the bone marrow donor registry because I want your bone marrow specifically, because odds are your bone marrow is not going to be a match for me. If it is, that's amazing. But the whole purpose of adding people to the bone marrow registry is not just to benefit one person, but it's to add to the pool of people to increase the chances of other people finding a match. I get treatment at the cancer center, and every single day I see people young and old who are so sick, who are suffering with leukemia or lymphoma, and some of these people are my age, some of these people are even younger than me. Each year, leukemia kills more children than any other cancer. 70% of people who need a bone marrow transplant are under the age of 25. These are people who are just like you. They're my age, they're your age, they're going to school, they're going to college, they're starting elementary school. These children did absolutely nothing at all to deserve the illness that they have. They were not lifelong smokers. They didn't use recreational drugs. They were literally just the unlucky ones. It's devastating. It's like to see a young child who should be enjoying playing outside, who should be hanging out with their friends, but instead they're being poked and prodded with needles on a weekly, almost daily basis. I mean, unless you've actually seen it with your own eyes, it is truly devastating. When I was at the National Institute of Health, I saw so many children who had no hair, and you just knew like that they were fighting something terrible. As a good member of society, you should join the bone marrow donor registry, because it's like the most selfless and amazing thing you can do. And for a couple days of discomfort, to be able to save somebody's life, to give them the second chance at being able to graduate high school, to get married, to have children. I mean, it's just, I don't understand why more people don't do it. I don't understand why I didn't. I mean, I could have never done it, but like, I never knew about this before I got sick. One of the most heartbreaking findings I have come across is the fact that multiracial people have such slim odds of finding a bone marrow match in the registry. Let me just read these statistics for you guys. Caucasian patients find a donor about 75% of the time. Hispanic patients find a donor about 45% of the time. Asian patients find a donor about 40% of the time. And African American patients find a donor 25% of the time. If an African American person dealing with leukemia, lymphoma, sickle cell anemia, aplastic anemia, if their treatment does not work, there is a 25% chance that they will find a matching donor in the registry. And if that 75% chance wins and they do not find a match, they will die. I don't think it's for a lack of caring. I think it's a lack of understanding. And I really, really encourage people, if you are a racially diverse or mixed person, I even more so encourage you to join the bone marrow donor registry. When the doctor told me that I had very good odds of finding a donor because I am Caucasian, I was very, very happy, but I also felt a sense of guilt. Just because I happen to be white, I now have greater odds, but that's only because in certain European countries such as Germany, they have a very, very full registry. It's a matter of educating the public on it. Perhaps in Asian countries, African countries, or in Hispanic countries, people aren't being educated on the bone marrow registry as much as in other European countries, and I definitely think that that needs to change. Now, a lot of people message me and ask me, how do I join the bone marrow registry? And it is actually very, very easy. First, you need to go on the website bethematch.org, and you can find a bone marrow drive that's in your area. Drive down. They're not going to take your bone marrow that day. They're simply going to swab the inside of your cheek to get a sample, and then you will get contacted if someone is in need of your bone marrow. But odds are that's not going to happen right away or for a long time, and some people never get matched with anybody. But by adding to the pool of donors, you are overall increasing the chances of people being able to find a match, and that is the whole purpose. If you do get matched with somebody and you are asked to donate your bone marrow, there are two ways to go about it, and neither way are life-threatening. There has never been a case of a bone marrow donor dying because of donating their bone marrow, and the only kind of discomfort that is associated with this is some soreness for up to a week after the procedure. Another thing that people tell me is that they're unable to do it because they are in whatever country. There are local places in each country where you are able to go and join the bone marrow registry, and then that is added to an international registry. Now, as far as travel costs, they are 100% covered by the Bone Marrow Foundation. There is no out-of-pocket expense for you. At any given time in the United States, there are about 7,000 to 8,000 people looking for a bone marrow transplant. And unfortunately, over 70% of people do not have a perfect family match. They don't have a brother or a sister who is a full match. And unfortunately, the numbers are not in people's favor. And so that is why I encourage each and every one of you to please sign up, whatever country you are in, regardless of your race or ethnicity. And if you are not able to donate your bone marrow because of your age, religion, or because of health problems, there are other ways that you can help. You can help spread the word. You can share this video. You can donate money to the Be The Match Foundation, or you can donate money to help with cancer research. Share this video on your social media. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. All it takes is one person watching this video to sign up for the bone marrow registry, and then that person gets matched. You sharing this video has saved somebody's life. I'm going to keep this video monetized, but whatever amount of money I make off of this video through AdSense revenue, I'm going to donate that money to the Be The Match Foundation, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably do that in a month once the, you know, AdSense dollars roll in. Thank you guys so much for listening to this video, and I wish you the best of luck. If you do end up joining the bone marrow registry, let me know, and also let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer as many as I can. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!